Mic check 1 2 test. One check two. Check one, check two. DJ Drew. What up, brother? Shout out to DJ Drew from the BFF DJs. Of course, one of our guests for tonight's Wisdom Wednesday, our brother DJ LittleFever, all from Ottawa. Good to see you, sir. Appreciate you. Arthur Rocks, good to see you. Welcome to my power mod, Michelle 805. Happy Aloha Wisdom Wednesday to all of you. Drew, what up, Drew? How you been, brother? Good to see you, bro. Miss you, man. Miss you, bro. So glad. DJ Drew was just here in Hawaii. I want to say maybe 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4, maybe about a month ago. So I got a chance to hang out with him and the wife and the family. It was so great to see you, bro, and then break bread. So thank you so much again. Appreciate you, man. Uh, Art the Rocks, Art, how are you? Happy Aloha Wisdom Wednesday. Welcome, welcome. Of course, tonight's Wisdom Wednesday episode with our brother DJ LittleFever as well as Big John. He's actually not very big anymore. He got to change his name, but it's too late because Little John's already taken. So looking forward to speaking and having this chat session with both of these brothers tonight. So thank you so much. What? DJ Crisco coming in hot with the raid. What? Dunabu, the power mod sister herself. How are you, sister? Happy Aloha Wisdom Wednesday. Welcome, brother DJ Crisco. How are you, man? Big John bringing in the family. Margulis. Make sure you're following Margulis. Sister Cherie Amore. How are you, Cherie? Good to see you. Thank you so much. Shout out to the one and only DJ Crisco. Make sure you're following Crisco. What up, man? Carol Petito. You come in peace. You also come in with some body rolls. That's what you do too. That's you, Carol Petito, every time I see you. So thank you so much. Whose channel? I was in someone's channel today. I can't remember whose channel I was in. And Sharia Moore, you were there. I'm trying. It'll come to me during this interview. So if you hear me just spit out and say a DJ's name, Sherry, it's because of you. So I can't remember who it was. Um, AJB 411, aloha to you. Oh yeah, it was D1 Drew's channel. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Carlo Fontanella, aloha Carlo, how are you? Happy Aloha Wisdom Wednesday. Welcome. Nancy Nakamura, Power Mod is in the house. Ricky Iwamoto is in the house. Welcome all of you. Happy Aloha Wisdom Wednesday. Hope you guys are doing good. Yuki Shumama, ohayou gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbawa. Domo arigato for being here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, all of you guys. And so I'm gonna spend a few minutes with you guys for a little bit, and then we'll bring in our brother DJ LittleFever. So, couple things in like what's happening with DJ Don. So last week Friday, I woke up and I felt this pain in my ankle, and I was like, wait a second, I didn't roll it. I don't remember doing anything physically like strenuous that'll cause like a like a sprain in my ankle. And then I start to think, but then throughout the day, it got worse. And then I built a gazebo. My brother in law and I, and another friend who's a contractor, took us like a day and a half to build this gazebo on our property. All the while building this gazebo, I was in pain with my left. Again, it started in the left heel area and then it moved up to the top of my left foot. And me being me, I don't like doctors and I don't want to go to the doctor for no reason. And so my wife is like, you should go to the emergency room. I'm like, nope, I'm going to manage this pain. And then it got to a point where I couldn't bear the pain. So I started to take medication. And then I went to the doctor this morning. Finally went, Margellis. I finally went this morning, sis. I have gout. Freaking gout. So this sucks. So if you saw my stream yesterday, I sat throughout my entire stream, except towards the end where I actually stood up where I should have just sat down. But Yeah, I realize I have gout. There you go, Big John, the big G unit right there, bro. And so now my family members are all texting me, and they're all laughing, and they're like, you know why? Because I was teasing them all these years. I teased all of them, and I just like I tore them up, and here I am. Now I joined the crew. Quentin Tarantado, what up, man? DJ Sire from the BFF DJs is in the house. What up, Cy? Make sure you're following Cy. So that's what's happening right now, man. So the not so great news is I officially have gout. Um, the blessing behind it is I'm off of work till Monday. So I'm chilling like a mad villain. It'll be dope. Got gout crew. Carlo, man, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy, but you know what? Maybe that's just somebody, the universe or a higher power, a higher being is saying, I don't know, man. Maybe you should slow down. You'll be 51 in a couple months. Mrs. D1 Drew, who's always on. Yep, I'm like, hey, keep me out the whole week. Let me get ready to go back next week. And so, DJ Drew, thank you for the warm welcome. DJ Rennie D is in the house. Shout out to DJ Rennie D. Make sure you're following him. Thank you so much, all of you. I appreciate you guys so much. Once again, shout out to our brother DJ Crisco, man. Crisco will be killing it, Crisco. I actually lurk. I lurk in a lot of people's channel. I just don't say anything because I'm working. Um, and I sometimes will do my best to jump in and just say hello, just to let them know I'm there. But I lurk in a lot of people's channel, just to support them, and just and I actually go in with the intention to learn too, from other DJs. So just want to let you guys know. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. You know what, Drew, tell your wife I think she's right. Of course she's right, but let her know. Yeah, it was you, Drew. It's all you. Mrs. D1 Drew, expert expert lurker. I am, sis. I am. Um, and again, make sure you're following our brother D1 Drew. He's making that push to partner, and wishing him all the best. And Mrs. D1 Drew, that you get that check mark. I have no doubt that it'll happen. All the way from the Sino 2, our sister Kim Vin from Las Vegas, the Ninth Island. Good to see you. Eat meat, gout, eat rice, diet, but no kidding, man, bro. So yeah, the other awesome news is I'm not diabetic. So I asked her like, "Hey, what's my sugar levels like? Like, am I like borderline?" She's like, "You're so lucky. You are not." So that's good. So obviously, there's gonna be a change of diet, uh, choices of like what we're gonna do, but we shall start. Yeah. Did you eat Drew's kilo pork? Oh man, it's crazy. I don't know what it is, but again, right? We talk about this on Wisdom Wednesday a lot. In any adversities, that there is a lesson and a blessing to be learned, right? And if you can identify what the blessing is, I think that, as well as the lesson, if you can identify both, therein lies the miracle. Yeah, it's all that. Lila's in the house. Stick to one, but you know what? I ain't giving up that Calbee. There's just some things that I just gotta put my foot down. No pun intended. Nope. Calbee will always be on that list. I don't care what you guys say. I don't care. And I have one of the dopest doctors too. She's like super, super awesome. Yeah. True, the gout master. Right, Abby? Like, yeah. It's the Calbees where I'll draw the line. No way, man. No way. You cannot separate me from my Calbee. All right. So I appreciate all of you, Chat Ohana. Oxtail soup, that is a must, Abby. Barbecue twice a month. You know what? I blame Princess. It's Princess's fault. Because there's many times on a stream, I'll do a stream, and like 30 minutes before I'm done, I get a text. We're at Jen's. Hit, like, come in, hang out and eat with us. So like, oh man. You know what, LittleFever? We'll discuss what Calbee is, man. Yeah. Drew, I have the gout pills. I got it, bruh. I got it. T1 Drew with the gifted sub to the boss lady. Mrs. D1 Drew, I have the gout meds. I have it. I got the pills. Yep. Mama said, knock you gout. Kim Vin, it's official. I have gout. Yep. Craziness, craziness. But we shall move on. But on to better things. And so I'm gonna bring in this cat. He's from Ottawa. I actually lurk on his channel a lot. If you didn't get a chance to check him out, and at the same time, if you have DJ Little Fever's emotes, pop them up. But DJ Little Fever, I know he's done a whole bunch of radio work as a DJ, and I was so looking forward to this interview today because I'm so curious of what this man does. He is a genius when it comes to mashups, and his musical knowledge is amazing. If I could have a quarter of that, bro, I'd be like a really, really good DJ. But it's not about me. We're going to make it all about this brother right here. And so, Chadohana, please help me welcome all the way from Ottawa, from Canada. Give it up to my brother, DJ Little Fever.
Oh, hi.
What up?
How's it going?
I like your, oh, hi. I love that. I love that.
Well, do you want to know the reason behind the oh, hi?
Well, of course, I was going to ask. Yeah, please.
I'll jump right into that one because the oh, hi thing, I think, is an important thing because it's a simple greeting, but I basically took it from the popular movie The Room. It was a simple oh hi Mark, and I looked at it as a greeting. Everyone was using highs in the chat. It was something simple, and it was a brand association that I drove in on day one. Nice. Just to get to know people. And then when I pop into anyone's chat, just like everyone's saying aloha to you and aloha to me, it's an oh hi.
Okay, so that's really, really good because I thought it was more of a play on words, because it's very similar to what's that? To in Japanese when they say hello, right? It's Ohio, or the proper term is Ohayou gozaimasu. That means hello. So that's where I thought you were going with it, but that's great.
It's straight from Tommy Wiseau's The Room. It was just one of my that's why there's movie posters and all kinds of weird stuff on my stream. It comes right from that where I'm like, I needed a greeting that was a simple hi, but also a marketable thing that I could put on a t-shirt or say somewhere else in a chat, and it's an immediate greeting. And I thought that was a key thing.
I love it. I love it, bro. I love it. So, brother DJ Little Fever, welcome to Wisdom Wednesday, and it is customary for, as with all my guests in the beginning, before we start this interview, is I'm gonna hand you over to the chat. You can go ahead and do your shout out. So,
well, you, my friend. Hey to Drew, that's in there. I saw Claudie Queen in here. Ahatagni, DJ Nixky was in here as well, and Crisco. Thank you so much for the big raid coming in. Melisef, what's going on? Sunday Sounds fam in here. Good to see everybody that's in the chat. New friends, old friends. I got to meet Big John and a couple other chats randomly this week already. So it's like, getting to meet new friends. And as I say in my chat, to add to the oh hi, I don't say it's friends, it's friends. Making it a little bit different because everything's spelt wrong, but that's the way I kind of go about things. But it's good to see so many people interacting in your chat and just saying hi. I honestly, Twitch is a blessing.
It definitely is, bro. Definitely is, man. So maybe for the 4 people in here that don't know who you are, maybe if you could kind of give us a brief overview of who is DJ Little Fever. Where were you born, where you grew up, and how did you start in terms of your DJ journey, I should say.
Well, that's a multi-layered question, and I'll answer it. I've been DJing for close to 20 years. Born in Sudbury, Ontario. Grew up all over the place because my family is, my dad was in the military. So to me, the way I look at Twitch is like meeting, you're moving to another base or you're moving to another room. So you're meeting new friends all the time. And for me, I'm not shy. I'll talk to anybody. If anyone's saying hello and interacting with me, we've got that. So that's why moving around was what I've lived in all kinds of different parts of Canada, all over the world, not over the world, but all over Canada. And just, easy to make new friends. I've lived in Kingston. I've lived in you know, Burlington. I've lived in Gibsonville, Manitoba, which technically doesn't exist anymore. A lot of bass. I was a bass brat, so growing up in the
Mm,
military family, moving around. How I got into DJing was just by happenstance. I used to make mixtapes for friends, the old school
nice,
way,
nice,
and sit there playing with the tape recorder and everything else like that. And then I just kind of fell into it where I knew a lot amount of music, but this was me in northern Canada, more north than Ottawa, and kind of fell into me knowing, a couple bar owners because of my brothers being older than me and going out and partying, and just had an opportunity, and it just kind of fell from there. It's been a long journey. I'm still not done and won't be finished for a long while.
nice,
But it's that journey to get there
nice.
that took that way. Like honestly, like being a DJ that comes from a low income family, I didn't have equipment until maybe 7 years into my career of DJing. Like I
Nice.
didn't have it. Like when I say every little bitty matters, it does on my stream. When it comes to buying anything, doing anything, setting up lights, anything, it matters a ton.
I love it. I love it. And so that's a story that I did not know about you, right? Because this is where our paths are very similar. And like you, I grew up very poor. I grew up in almost every public housing project here in Honolulu. And yes, believe it or not, there are low income in housing projects here in Honolulu. And I grew up in almost all of them. I want to say almost all of them except maybe two, and that's been my entire life until I became an adult. And it wasn't until I met my wife where I actually learned the whole concept of what abundance looked like, and not coming from a space of lack. Because when I mean, and I'm sure just like you, bro, growing up when you really don't have anything, well, I mean, whatever. It wasn't until I want to say, I was 16 years old when I actually had my first very brand new pair of shoes. Um, yeah, and so just like you, man, every little thing that is given to me on my channel, like, oh my gosh, like the amount of gratitude and aloha that comes, that is shown to these to our viewers. I mean, if I could only share with them like how I feel, like it's just
Well,
amazing.
to me, it matters like a ton, because I look at it going this way. You could be anywhere else,
Yeah.
literally anywhere else. You
Yes.
chose to hang out here, and also you chose to give money, which blows my mind. It's like, oh,
Me
so what
too,
I'm
man.
doing, you see the value in that, and you want to get. Okay, I don't care if it's 1 bit. I'm going to shout you out. I don't care if it's 2 bits. I don't care if it's
Me
like a
too,
sub.
man.
That matters a ton,
Me too.
because I try to utilize everything I have to my advantages,
Yeah.
because I know I have a lot of disadvantages in my life.
Yeah.
So it's just trying to utilize what I got and use what you have.
Yeah.
And, I'm talking on the only other camera we have. I still originally shoot everything on my phone.
Wow. Wow. Crazy. Crazy. That's awesome. So like your DJ journey, like when did you start, and how did you get into radio? Like, did you do club? Like, how was it for you, man?
Well, they both kind of like meshed along the
Yeah.
line, where they've like slowly crossed. Where I started DJing first because I originally took television broadcasting up in North Bay, where I used
Yeah.
to live,
Yeah.
and tried to get into TV. Couldn't get in there, and I thought, well, you know what? Radio is more radio stations. I can probably do more within radio. I'll try that. So I went into radio at the same time frame, still DJing, still working 3 to 4 jobs to try to be out in the community, and have some sort of money.
Yeah.
Um, and it just kind of slowly tried to marry each other with things. Like I started at a country radio station where I met my wife. I
Nice.
transitioned to going to a talk station, um, talk, rock, and like an easy listening station.
Nice.
Hit my first hurdle of hardship at that point when it comes to radio, and got laid off and had that, that sinking depression of what am I going to do? Here I am DJing. I just got married and hit that. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do on that. And hit that hurdle. I'm like, okay. And it was literally running out of severance money from the time frame of being in that radio industry
Yeah.
job for 3-4 years, and no unemployment insurance. And I got my big break, which was my big DJing break,
Yeah.
where literally I had an interview at Flow 93.5 in Toronto, which is now Flow 98.7, I believe. And I've interviewed for this place so many times. It was like the only urban, hip hop station in Canada that had any weight, and I wanted to be a part of that. I've had so many interviews of, now you're a top 5, now you're top 6, now
Wow.
you're top 3, and it was, our producer can't do this anymore. Are you free?
Wow.
And I went there and I said, and that was like the day where my severance was up. I had no more money left. And it
Wow.
was, hey, we'd like to get you a job. It goes, I know you want a handshake, but I really want to give you a hug,
Nice.
because that job was like fire, like literally like gas and fire that exploded, where I was in the, like, an inspiration chamber of amazing DJs, and sitting there were DJs starting from scratch. This is Jester,
Wow.
Ritz, Baby You, anybody was right in front of me performing every day,
That's dope.
3 to 4 times a day, where I was just inundated with, I need to step my game up.
That's so dope, man.
I need to be better. And that just lit a fire under my butt, where like people were like, here, we'll give you a gig over at this place. You play this, go fun, have fun. And
Nice.
the humility and the inspiration that just launched from there, I am grateful for that opportunity, because it just went into the stratosphere. I wasn't even on the radio like DJing, it was just production, but that's what catalyzed everything. I only started doing radio and DJ mixes when I got to Ottawa. Is when I
Wow.
got my first actual radio thing, and that's when I got, I was doing country mixes, I was doing top 40 mixes, I was doing the AC mixes. Like, I was trying my best to get in that, and you know, you know, I hit a few more hurdles along the way of 2 other layoffs and whatnot. But it's been a journey of ups and a lot of downs, and it's how to deal with those downs.
Nice. So you talk about these ups and these downs, like, and I'm sure at some point, I mean, the frustration, I, probably anger, um, all these different emotions that may come up for you during these times. Um, what was it? What was the catalyst of you, like, flipping that mindset and saying, "Huh, let me flip this and change this and see where we go." Like, what was it for you? Was it an event? Was it a specific person? Or was it something that someone has said, or something like maybe you heard or listened to? What was it for you?
Well, each one has been different, because each one,
Okay.
like, first one was the initial shock. I'm like, that,
Yeah.
you mean this can happen? This has happened.
Yeah.
I got laid off. This is the thing I worked for 3.5 years and just in school, and got into this and got laid off. Like, what is this? It was really heartbreaking, because I remember I remember what I ended up saying to my wife at the time. Hey, what's going on, Ninja Red? Hey, friend.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Uh,
hey man, I don't mean to interrupt, but we're getting raided by Ninja. Holy crap!
so
The support coming in strong, definitely
yeah,
coming
it's
in.
we're coming
Yeah,
in strong. Hey, friends. So what happened on that first initial layoff? That
yeah,
and for me, it's always a humor. Humor's always been my coping mechanism and how I deal with things. It's I laugh. There's humor in things. And I remember this commercial about air conditioning,
okay,
and it sounds dumb. It's a hey, do you want a cool job? And it was just for being an air conditioner repairman thing. And I remember I'm sad, I'm upset, I'm crying, I'm really like defeated. And I just looked to my wife and I go, all I want is a cool job. Burst out laughing. And I'm like, all right, good. I still got it. Even at this lowest moment of what's going on in that current time frame, I could say that. I got a laugh and it made me feel good. I'm like, okay, how can we fix this and how can we go up? And each moment it's been one of those like situations where when I got laid off at Flow, it was like, damn, this was like the job. This was the thing. This was like top of the line for me. Here I am, Toronto major core radio station. You know, I'm the imaging producer for the station. Like, you know, that was the thing. I'm like, oh man, what now? And it just took like honestly 7 months to get back into the industry again. Went to Sudbury because you know go back to your roots, and then eventually transitioned here to Ottawa, and then pandemic hit, and you know it was something that a friend of mine told me that you know when you've had your fill. You'll know when it's time to move on. You might not know what that thing is. You might not know what that moving on is going to be, but you'll know when you're done with that thing and that chapter should be closed. And that's
yeah,
pretty much what happened for me in 2020 with like I know that that chapter was done. I need to find a new thing to be passionate about and put
yeah,
my creative energy and efforts in.
yeah. So and I want to sidebar note because I'm watching the chat, I'm listening to you, and I'm noticing that your mastermind group of all your fellow brother and sister DJs are coming in, and just the support that they give you and the love that they give you, and it's beautiful to see that because that's what this is really all about. I remember having that conversation with you guys on the DJ X's in his Discord when I finally was able to figure it out.
Yeah.
And to see all of you and your faces, I mean, like, but this is what we talked about, right? Just the support and the aloha, the love that you all of you have for each other, and the commitment that you have to support one another. You guys do it right. And if you could, and if imagine if a whole bunch of DJs learned that, I think this community would be even greater. It's
Well,
awesome. It's awesome now. I just think it could be even
the
greater.
one thing that I'm so surprised at, because I find that a lot of DJs, there's been a lot of infighting and things like that, but
Yeah, yeah,
as soon as I went to Twitch, it was completely different.
yeah,
It was how could we help? And I've never like to me, I'm like, I've never asked for that help,
yeah,
but seeing other people help other DJs was damn inspiring to me. And I'm like, I
yeah,
worked my butt off and I'm like, okay, I hit hard on this and I'm like, okay, this really hurt me when I lost that job again. And I'm
yeah,
like, but I wasn't as bitter and as angry where I'm like, I have that love and that belonging and that connection that I get from my friends on Twitch. And I get
yeah,
it in IRL now where literally I've met up with a friend in town that I've talked to for years, but
yeah,
we've never actually physically met. And it was because of Twitch and chatting so often.
yeah,
And I built closer relationships with even local friends where I'm like, my friend People Move, who streams occasionally on Twitch, like we're now closer friends because of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've helped each other out. He told me something that was super serious, and I'm like, I'm there for you, brother. I'm like, if you need to vent and get angry, and we share more things on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Because of Twitch,
Yeah.
which is such a weird thing.
Yeah. And I've often said this on Wisdom Wednesdays that I'm a firm believer that each and every one of us are connected spiritually, which is why when we all jumped on Twitch and we were able to just write, I mean, you've only known them virtually through just going in the chat room, or whether they're visiting your channel, or if you're out on the Twitch streets and you see them on someone else's channel, where you have that connection, like, hey, thanks for coming into my channel, I appreciate you. And then you develop that relationship, and then you finally meet in person, then you've completed that closure where, like, and then when you meet them, it's as if like you've known them for a long, long time. But I just firmly believe that I think everyone is connected in some way, shape, or form spiritually, and that the physical meetup is kind of where you actually will close that. Where, oh man, so nice to finally meet you and give you a big, big hug.
Oh yeah,
And
like to me, like that's something that I want to do. Like I want, like
yeah,
there is a map that's behind me here that I
nice,
have pins where I put where I'm like, you're a new friend, you're in, you're in Germany, cool. I
right,
know that
right,
you're in Germany, like you're in, Australia, okay, cool. You're not, like, to me, I'm like, wow,
right,
like it's not
crazy.
just it's local, it's global, and that,
It's
to
global.
me, that blows my
Yes.
mind. Where I'm like, here you are, you're in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I've never been I've only seen things on movies and posters and pictures
Well,
and the
I've never been
internet.
to Canada, and so that's one of my bucket list places to visit. So,
So like to me it blows my mind that we can make all of these connections. Like I've got like
amen, man.
friends and people where I'm like, I'm trying to organize when to watch a movie with a friend in the UK, like Steve
Yeah.
Disco Newsom. I'm like, hey, you want to watch a movie? I'm like, you seen anything good lately? It's like, no, I haven't. It was like, when do you want to watch a movie? I'm like, okay, I got to think. You're 5 hours ahead. That
Yeah.
okay, and trying to figure that out. I'm like, that I think is just a fantastic. Where
It's
I
crazy
played
dope.
games with like on Twitch on my wife's channel or a day, and doing Mario Mondays when we used to play like Mario Kart with friends in the States. Where I'm like, we've never met, but yet, here we were every Monday playing Mario Kart.
It's dope.
Like, and sitting there and chatting and
Who
texting,
would have thunk? Who would have thunk, bro? Right?
and
Uh,
then to me, this is what brings even more joy for me with all of this community of Twitch coming together.
yeah.
When an IRL friend who isn't part of this Twitch universe pops in, that just blows my mind. So my best friend, the person who's known me all my life, pops into my chat, St. George, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, brother?" Like he's like in the chat, and I'm like, it's like wanting me to show him all my new friends. And I'm like, makes me feel like a kid again.
Well,
I'm
and I
like, look
love
at
the
this.
fact that, like, because they don't know this new community that and new family we have on Twitch. I love the questions like, so who are these people? And I love it where like you're explaining to them, and they're like, so you've never met them, like, yeah, but they're like family to me. And for some, my experience have been for like some family members, even friends, like they maybe they still have some, I guess, some blockages on trying to wrap around, like, so you've never met them, you only know them online, but you feel you're like family. Well, this is just because you've never been part of the experience, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, which is so awesome.
And in
Yeah.
the journey of the whole thing with DJing and radio, it's been just an intertwined thing for me. And it's taken me like to different places
Yeah.
of meeting different people. Like I will still have so many memories of meeting Busta Rhymes for the first time, one of my favorite like artists, and
That's
the
dope. That's
comical
so dope.
story of meeting him for the first time. Because do you mind if I share that?
Do it, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
dope,
Well,
man. That's
here
dope.
I am. It's the first big artist that came into the radio station when I was working at Flow, and here I am, nervous. I'm handing him this drop list, and I basically handed it over to him, and I'm like, "Here's your here's the list, Mr. Rhymes. It was just one of those things. I'm like, and foot in mouth, okay. But it's like, here's one of my favorite, artists of all time in my top 5. And I'm like, he's here. He's in the studio, in this room with me. I could shake his hand, and I'm like, and terrible words out of mouth. But it was more nerves on meeting an artist like that. And it just kept on coming where I'm like, I met Mario. Kanye West was there. Like, there was so many different people that came in, and it was so like humble. Everything was like, there was no ego. There was never an ego thing. And that's what was crazy. Like, here you are. You're at the top. You should be like, no, I'm not doing that. Who are you to talk to? Like, there was none of that.
Yeah.
Like, I learned, like, honestly, open family from that. Flow family meant something to me. And when everyone says family, that's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
And it was one of the places where I've never seen this in any other employment, because which I find insane. But they make it a point, if you're leaving, if you've quit and you've gone somewhere else, that you stay for that next person to come in who's taking your place. And you meet each other on that journey. You go in this way into that way. And they always said, you need to break cookie.
Nice.
They always got this big cookie, and everyone broke cookie, and everyone shared. And like, you're part of the Flow fam, and the person leaving.
What a great concept.
Flow fam too.
Makes sense.
And I just thought, I'm like, here is this ragtag of just misfits from all over the places, different backgrounds, and I'm part of their family now. And it was such a welcoming thing where I'm like, I made it here, but they made it feel so small and connected. And that, to me, like, that's why I love Twitch, because it's big, but it still feels small and connected.
I love that. I think I'm gonna make a shirt and a hashtag: break cookies, not relationships.
Well, it was break cookies. It was so weird, because it was just like, it was something I wasn't used to from all the other places I've been
for
at.
sure.
And
for sure, absolutely.
They're just like, no, come here. We're gonna break cookie. I'm like, oh, thanks, famous. It's like, hey, what's going on? Make them. Like, it was an interesting venture, and I'm like, wow, this is refreshing and nice.
Yeah, I love the concept. I think the concept would work. I think the concept would be excellent, all the way up to the point until you have an employee and her name is Cookie. Then that might be a little bit different. But otherwise, let's talk about your journey on Twitch. Like, how did that happen for you? When did you jump on Twitch? And of course, your experience thus far. Why don't you share with us?
Well, the Twitch journey was pretty much just like anyone else's. We all did the Facebook and Instagram things, and it's been in the journey of the same room I've been in. It just was, I was facing this way. Now I'm just facing this way now, which is the only really big change that we've made here. But it was knowing that it was global, and knowing that it can meet more people and different people, that really helped build this out. And it was just the networking. I'm like, okay, I already got branding down. Branding was easy for me, where I'm like, okay, my face can go everywhere, which is that cartoon face you see on everything.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, as long as I get there, get my face into some emotes, chat with more people, and expand, and see how I can help and connect, that's where things are going to happen. And then it was a raid train from a friend in Vancouver, who got introduced to me because of all of my mixes on Mixcloud. That, this guy, Chris Atwood, was like, you need to talk to this guy and get him on your raid trains. And then I met Mel SF, I met DJ X, I met DJ Hi Kevin, Demand, and a bunch of other DJs, and some people in Toronto as well, where we all kind of connected.
Yeah.
And it was because of that spark went on. This could be more. And then I'm like, okay, let's find more people to connect with. And then I kind of became part of the community that happened on Neil Jackson's channel, Beans, Rhymes, and Life, where I was there every morning. I was still at work, but I was there every morning to see that chat. and then it was meeting more people and expanding on that. And I'm like, I am talking to all these people. And then it was my previous relationship with Audio One that really launched more things and opportunities for me, where he just said, hey, do you want to do a mix for like on DMS's channel? Like, heck yes, I do. And I'm like, I'm a person, I'm going to say more yeses than nos to anything, because I'm looking at that being an opportunity. So it was just
For sure.
opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And it was just like meeting more people. And then it was just falling in place where you find those right tastes of people, and then meeting people like online, where like DJ Strobe, who's originally from the States, who is living in Owen Sound, Canada right now, and connecting with him. But we were like friends on Facebook of just saying, hey, I'm charting at this on Mixcloud, you're charting on this. So it was just like a meeting spot. Twitch was just like a meeting place for all of these other DJs.
Yeah.
To connect more. And it just steamrolled. And it still is. Like, yes, my ball is smaller than most, but it's still rolling and connecting more people. And I think it's just a fun process where we're like meeting more and more and more. And then what helped things was a lot of larger raids. Like, I got my first larger raid from Tweak Music Tips, Akira the Dawn, Steve Disco Newsom, DJ Brisk was one of the ones that blew my mind. One of the DJs, and like, he's originally from the UK but lives in Australia, and he rated my channel off of his, I think he was doing breakbeats or house or something, and I was doing a Snoop Dogg tribute set, and here he comes piling in with like 140 people.
Nice.
And I'm like, what? So it was the rating and connecting and the excitement that just, okay, this could be a lot more. There could be so much more.
Yeah.
And that's what got me. The journey has been like, we're not done yet. I'm not done to the point where I want to be.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to sell merch. I want to, people like, I think it's neat that I can design t-shirts.
Yeah.
And people buy them.
Dope.
Like, that blows my mind that someone's willing to buy a t-shirt that I'm like, I made this. And the fact that I can wear stuff that I've made, and like, it is so exciting and rewarding just to be like a friend, out west, like DJ Jeff B, that we're friends, and very similar visually, but we've got a collaborative shirt with his logo, my logo, and it's, the American flag, Canadian flag, that I'm like, I designed it and sent it to him. Like,
I love it. I love it.
It's the collaborative creative juices that come from this. Like, it isn't going to stop. And I hope it doesn't, because there's so much support, love, and connection and belonging that happens because of this.
Yeah, and I love what you said, because again, so many similarities between the two of us, our upbringing, our philosophy, the way that we look at things. Again, the blessing behind Twitch for me is being able, obviously, to connect with people globally, but being able to call our Twitch family really, really family. I mean, meeting them in real life, and just like you, it blows my mind, and I laugh many times when I'm on a stream watching another DJ and they're wearing my hat or my shirt that has my name on it, or seeing my mods, or seeing someone that I know that I've met in real life wearing my I still many times are in disbelief, like, they actually wearing my stuff and they actually like it. Like, I never thought that would ever
Well,
happen
see,
to
to me,
somebody
like,
like me.
the optimist in me wants to believe everything, but also that negative person to me is like, you've been lurking. I'm like, I almost want to go, why? So what have I done that? Okay, but I'm like, no, take the compliment, take the but at
And
the
why,
same time, it's like,
right? And usually my answer would be, why not?
in fair, but it's the connections that I've made because of this that makes me want to, like, I want to travel and meet people. There's people, like, if I go to New York, I'm gonna have to probably stay there for a good week to meet everybody in New York. Like if I
Yeah.
go to Florida, there's going to take some time for me to everybody I know in Florida.
Yeah.
Like I've honestly changed a lot of my own mindset because of
Yeah.
Twitch.
Yeah.
And I will honestly shout this person out, and they help me through more than they think they know. And I said this in our chat with DJ X and our friends earlier today that
Yeah.
uh, I've been journaling consistently and meditating consistently for 130 days.
Wow.
I've felt more positivity. I've dealt with stressful situations with more clarity and more calmness because of it. And, I think I've become a better person because of it. And now I want to add back all of the things that I was doing beforehand, which I had a lot of negativity, and I was using fitness to work through that. And I'm like, no, 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 that wasn't in the right place. I need to work in a positive sense to do the fitness thing and change that. And I think now, after 130 days and over 30 hours of meditation, I, restarted my fitness journey again to go back to my original pre pandemic weight and fitness goals. And
Nice.
that to me wouldn't be there if it wasn't for DJ Immaculate. I will honestly say that man helped me a whole lot mentally and physically,
Yeah.
spiritually, to help me heal
Yeah.
in a very trying time where all of this really fun connecting change and belonging happened, where I'm still, I still don't technically have a job that I'm like, this is my thing. This is my
Yeah.
new,
Yeah.
like I'm still in that, where am I going?
Yeah.
In September, I'm going to have to find a new thing because my contract for the traffic gig that I'm doing is up,
Yeah.
but I'm still finding things, but I have more ease and not worry
Hmm.
because I have more clarity because of that. And I really wish it sounds hokey, but
Nope.
meditation and journaling, get the thoughts out, say those words, spread more positivity, stop spiraling on negative things. It's only going to be poison to yourself. Get that poison out, write it on a piece of paper,
Yeah.
crumple it up, yell at it. I don't know, throw it away, stomp on it.
Yeah.
Just get all that stuff out,
Right.
and then meditation and breath work. It's
Yeah.
so key.
One of the things that I learned about mindfulness training, because that's what DJ Immaculate does. So I met Immaculate about a couple months ago. He actually came to Hawaii. So pre-pandemic, or I call it BC, before COVID, Immaculate would come to Hawaii a lot. But I met him the last time he was here, so we actually planned to meet up and we had brunch together. And so we talked about his mindfulness streams, and then actually him doing like some type of mindfulness training here in Hawaii in a spot. And I was, I chuckled because I said, hey, I used to teach mindfulness training with a younger the younger group of kids, teenage boys that were in prison. That was actually part of my job description as a police officer. I was part of a community policing team, and we were trained in like meditation and teaching mindfulness training to our youth. So you bring all these things up, and like I know exactly what you're talking about. There's a term that I've heard that you know whether you believe in a higher being or when you pray. And once you're done praying, prayer is you asking and putting your request out to a higher being, to God, or to the universe. Meditating is you waiting to get those inspiration and those answers. Allows you, to get that clarity, which is why in mindfulness training, how meditation is so important, because you focus on your breathing, you focus on hearing and listening all these different things, and it's such a great way to for many of those that like to start their day with a specific routine. And meditating is just one of those things. You listen to like all the very successful people at some point, like in their day, there's some type of meditation there, right? Like they get up super early, they don't go on they don't even touch their device, and they do what they do, they work out, and then at some point they'll like meditate for whether it's 5 or 10 minutes. Some of them go longer, and a lot of them attribute their success is because of that first hour for them, and then they
Yeah,
can go out and then handle the rest of the day.
yeah, like I'm still trying to develop that because
Yeah,
by the time like I'm a terrible person at getting up in the morning. Granted, I have to do traffic in the morning. I'm up at 4 in the morning anyway.
yeah, yeah,
But me getting up at 4 in the morning takes me about a good 45 minutes to be mobily able to talk, able to
yeah,
move, and able to go
yeah,
correctly. So I'm like, I really want to get journaling and meditating done before, but it just hasn't worked just yet. Where I'm like, I know my window. I know where the
yeah,
window is when I'm gonna do my journal and do my meditation. And granted, the first time, like the time I'll do my meditation, it'll be right before I do my stream in the morning.
mm,
So I come in with a
love it.
clear mind, a calm mind, and an open mind at that point. And at that point, I'm like, it's there. I'm ready to
Yeah,
go.
yeah, awesome. So I have a couple more questions,
Sure.
and so my next question is, if you could, if you're able to, I didn't reach out to DJ X and ask for permission, but I feel it's important for our community to understand. So like, so you belong to like a, I want to see like a mastermind group of
Mhm.
brother and sister DJs, right? And the whole goal is to help you, gain, improve your community. Ultimately, if the goal is to achieve the partner status, that's what this whole mastermind group is all about. You care sharing a little bit about this group and who is it made
Um,
of? Because I know a lot of supporters are from that same group. And tell me what your experience have been by.
well, the whole thing is it was a collection of, as it was originally labeled, almost like misfit DJs that didn't really fit together,
Yeah,
but it fits so well because we're so different. It works so well because of our differences and because of how wide experienced we are. There are different levels, and that's what makes it well. Like what we're doing in that group, it
yeah,
just happens to be friends that are DJs.
nice.
We've developed a friendship in there. Like we are constantly chatting with each other, giving each other ideas, inspiration, sharing content. Like DJ Nixky just sent me like an alert pack. He paid for it, but he sent me the content
Wow,
in
dope,
there, and
dope.
like you didn't have to do that. Like he did like the little dancing emote that I've got. He made
Yeah,
that for me.
nice.
Like, I Jeff B sent me a t-shirt. I had DJ Smooth G win coffee on my channel, and I sent him a t-shirt with that too. Like, these are my friends now.
Yeah,
These are people that have invested their time on my channel to help me, and damned, I'm gonna make sure that I help them. And what it is, it's a, yes, it's that goal to hit that purple check. Cool, but we're building something more.
yeah,
Like I care about these people where they might be going through serious situations where
yeah,
I want to be there for them. I want to be that sounding board. I want to be that spot where they can
yeah,
share, maybe something serious is going on, maybe
yeah,
just to be vulnerable at that point. And this is like so key where I'm like, these are now friends where I'm like, I've even invited them. I'm like, hey, do you want to come in? And I've got a super secret Discord where we do movies with my friends, where we watch terrible movies every month on a Sunday. You guys are all more than welcome to pop in.
yeah,
Elusive
nice.
popped in for a little bit and then just, like was hanging out. I'm like, here it is. Like I'm introducing my core friends that are here to my online friends and trying to match that. Like it's more than just the method of getting to partner, but we're building a community, we're building friendships, we're helping each other out. It's not just solo on this.
Yeah,
It's so much more.
yeah,
And that's what it is. Like it's a group of friends that just happen to be DJs that are really really fun and talented.
nice, awesome. Yeah, and I got a chance to get a taste and experience that for a little bit with you guys, and it's a very awesome and special group, man. So again, shout out to the DJ X for allowing me to be part of that just for a little bit and sharing some of my thoughts and my experience. And again, for me, like I was able to meet a whole bunch of new people out there, man, and which now I go out and I support whichever way I can, So yeah, shout out to DJ Nixky. We rated him last night, so that
Oh,
was dope
nice.
too. Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, we came with a whole bunch of people, and I love it because he was playing. I we rated him, and he was playing. I think it was Two Life Crew. We want, hey, we want. So you're like, whoa, 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 totally flips it, and then starts like, you just started just shouting everybody out, and I was rolling. Yeah, he switched up real fast. I just started cracking up because in that chat room we had Icy Ice was in there, uh, Nick Styles was in there from Seattle, a whole bunch of guys were in there, all
Well,
coming in, and yeah, it was
the
great.
versatility of being able to switch on the fly like that, like
Yeah,
that's great. Like there's so like the talent level, and that's why I love Twitch. It's so unpredictable of what can happen
yeah,
because the raids that I've gotten, I have developed more friendships with. Like there's a friend of mine, Seaweed in Denmark, that raided my channel, and he was a very sarcastic, like he would almost seem like he was bitter, but you could tell he's got a big heart kind of
yeah,
guy. And
yeah,
here he is playing, fast-paced trance and stuff like that, and in EDM. And his thing on his channel, as soon as he hits over 60 viewers, he
yeah,
throws on a kilt. So the rest of the stream, he's in a kilt.
yeah.
And here he
Nice,
is, the sarcastic guy with jokes and everything else like that. And I'm like, he's a friend of mine now. Like
nice.
I can
Yeah,
I can message Christian and be like, "Hey man, how was that coffee I sent you?" And I'm like, I sent him some coffee from Denmark to him in Denmark, and I'm like, yeah, that just blew my mind. And I'm like the friendships that I've developed because of Twitch, it just
it's
expanding more.
it's global. That's the dope part of it. It's global. I mean,
And
yeah,
like honestly, Twitch has honestly changed my musical styling and vibe too, because
yeah,
Um, I used to never play like ghetto funk and funk vibes and drum and bass and things like that I'm doing now. But it's that fresh change
yeah,
and my previous experience with, 17 plus years in radio and rhythmic CHR radio and adding that to ghetto funk and spinning it in with like drum and bass and things like that, that now creates a new style. When I've gone out to events and I've done that style where they're like, you're great. Can you come back next week? I'm like, well, yeah, sure, I can come back next week.
dope.
And it's added more value because of meeting people like, DJ Candyman, DJ Octo, like all the UK oriented people like A Skills, the Gaff out in Edmonton. Like those people, like I get to see those people like Crafty Cuts, where I'm like, now I'm
Yeah,
developing friendships with artists that do festival things where I'm like, that's blowing my mind. I'm just a bearded older Canadian in my basement, playing tunes on the internet for friends. I'm like, I find it funny. Like it's weird. Like
yeah.
I
If
honestly, it's still surreal to me of what Twitch is and in this journey. I'm not done because I want to be able to go to a festival. Like I want to go to Shambhala in BC and be able to play or just visit friends. I want to go, to the UK. I want to visit Hawaii. I want to go everywhere.
yeah, dope. And Channel Hunt, if you guys never had a chance to jump on DJ Little Fever's channel, um, he does these mashups. His blends are just freaking crazy dope, amazing. I mean, the creativity behind this man. You just got to come and check it out. I mean, if you want to see a snippet on it, check him out on Instagram. You're also on TikTok, are you?
Yeah, I just started
Yeah.
a TikTok not too long
Yeah.
ago.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I thought I saw that, but check out some of his things. I mean, whew, like I was telling Little Fever off camera before we started this, before we went live. Like I'm such a huge fan of mashups. I love mashups. I actually will do a stream entirely just mashups because I like it. I love it. I love to hear the creativity behind someone's idea of how we could blend two or three different songs and beats or whatever it is together just to make it something totally different. And that's really my vibe. I love hearing that. And so uh, you got to check him out. You will thoroughly enjoy this man's style and his vibe that he brings to the channel. And so I appreciate you, brother.
Thank
So
you so much.
no, so if you could share with us a favorite quote, favorite saying, kind of words to live by, something that you can impart with the rest of the chat room, what would it be for you, sir?
Um, I have a few. I have a few. This
Spit
I'll
them out.
go. I'll
Spit
go
them
with
out, man.
one. I'll go with one because it was a an audio. It was an engineer at a radio station that said this to me, and it was my excitement on starting my first mix on Kingston's Kiss 1027, and he told me, Jamie, sometimes it takes 10 years to be an overnight success. And I'm
Amen.
like, you getting deep on me, Andy. I'm like, damn.
Amen.
And I'm like, wow.
Amen.
I'm like, yeah, I guess that is true.
Yeah.
And it's a clip that I've seen often. I see it often, and it pops up in my cycle because of what I watch on TikTok and what I engage with on
Yeah.
Instagram. Is I don't know who says this, but it's slowly is the fastest way to get
Yep.
to where you want to be.
Yep. Yes.
Patience will get to where you need to be. It's just trust the process, be patient.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
Yep.
There's no need to race in life. Enjoy the moments. Enjoy the emotions that the down gives you, because the up is going to be joyful, and you're going to
Yep.
still feel the same down on the same way. Like it's.
Yep. I love that. Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite quotes, where he says, "Slowly is the fastest way to get slowly is the fastest way to get where you want to be." And I think he also continues and says, "The top of one mountain is the bottom of the next.
Yes, you know the
So
yes.
keep climbing." I know, man. I got you, man. I know. I know. Yeah. Awesome, man. Oh, bro. Dope. One of my favorite quotes, is super simple. I love what this one person said, and the quote is, "You either quit or keep going. They both hurt." Um, and it made so much sense to me because, right, in the process, that's actually where you learn where the lessons and the blessings are, right? And sometimes the process is way more important than the end result, right? I think the saying is, the process is much more important than the product, because the end product is because of all those different processes that you've gone through.
Yeah, there's another person that I've been recently following on TikTok, creating wonders,
Hmm,
and he's got a lot of daily stuff that he posts. But
nice.
it was just a simple like let it go,
Yep.
like learn how to let go. Don't hold on to things that
Oh,
are causing you anger and stress and resentment.
mm,
Let that go.
yeah.
Like let go of all of that, and it might seem like where you feel like you've been wronged. Like no,
Yeah.
let go, and that forgiveness. Say give them forgiveness, but that forgiveness is for you to move on.
Yeah.
You to move on from any hurt that's happened to you, and to better yourself. So that forgiveness isn't for them; it's for you.
Yeah. No, I love it. I'm gonna share a clip, and then I'll get your thoughts, and then we'll kind of close out with you. But so I'm gonna just share it, and then I want to get your thoughts. So here's the clip.
Okay.
Check this out.
Sometimes in life, when everything's going great for you and you don't know good from bad, you need to experience a little rain sometimes so you can enjoy the sunshine again. And now I'm happy for the small things in life.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm
How are you
all
gonna?
I'm all over positive, like TikTok, and obviously paying TikTok too. But it's that balance, and that's why I'm like my journey. I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
I'm not finished. I'm I have much more to help out with. I have much more to offer. I have much more to do. I'm not done where I need to be.
I love you. You've said that throughout this entire interview, where you've always said, "I'm not done yet." I don't think one will ever be done until we decide to quit, right? So like if there is a day or a time where like you're done with Twitch, you're still not done yet because you move on to your next chapter, and then you move on to after that, and then you continue on to after that, right? And so, um,
Like the lanes that this is offered for people. Like to me, this is
yeah,
what I find amazing. The opportunities that this platform has given people
yep,
is amazing. Like the fact of this is like festivals, friendships, record deals have all happened because of things like this. And I am so blessed and happy to be a part of this. And I feel a little bit of sadness for people who didn't join in. And I'm not saying that they can't now, that they really should still.
mm-hmm.
Because the community that's around this, it's amazing. Like honestly, I'm excited every time to hit live because I never know what's going to happen.
Yes, sir.
And whatever trial or tribulation, I had one on Tuesday with my stream where it wasn't working, and then my Rain One stopped for some reason, and I'm like,
Yeah,
all right, well, this is what's happening.
yep,
Before that would have set me off, flipped the table, got mad. I'm
yep.
like, because of everything, I'm more calm. I was just like, all right, hold on, everyone. We're going to restart the stream. I'm going to reset my computer. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn, like, just pivot, just work with things. It's,
Yep.
It's an exciting thing. And Don, thank you for inviting me on because you complimenting the fact that you've been lurking in my stream. I take that as a great compliment. The fact that Smooth G has said that to me personally in messages, the fact that Nixie said this, Elusive has said that openly on stream. I'm like, it's things like that that I didn't get to hear a lot of as a DJ that I really think we as DJs need to be not so negative on people, but be more cheerleaders for each other.
Yes, sir.
If you hear say something dope on someone's stream, tell them that was dope. Yep. Say something to them. Say that that was amazing. Ask them, that was such a good track. Where can I find that?
Yeah.
Like, be more cheerleaders, and then we'll just build each other up more because of that.
Yeah. I love it, man. I appreciate you, sir. I wish you only the best and much success. I wish all the trials that will come before you will only make you better,
Thank you.
that you are deserving of what the universe has ready for you and your family. So, and like as always, bro, and I've always said this to you and your group. If there's any way, shape, or form I can help you with, or how I can be of assistance, you please let me know, and we will be there for you, man.
But this has already been an amazing blessing. So thank you. I have new friends that are in this community. I don't know who's hit followed or anything else like that, but if you did, thank you. From this, small Canadian to everyone who's in this chat, thank you. This means a whole lot to me. I wear my heart and my emotions on my sleeve.
Same here.
I really, truly thank everyone for this.
You're very welcome from this small Polynesian from Honolulu, Hawaii. LittleFever, I love you, man.
Thank you. Love you too.
We shall chat soon, and I'll send you some coffee from Hawaii. I'll send you some Kona coffee. We'll have this chat, and I'll send you some stuff over to your side of the beach. So I got you, man. I got you, bro. We'll talk about that soon.
Thank you so much.
Have a great night. Love you, bro. Be well, be safe. I'll see you in your on your next stream, man. Oh, in fact, let us know when you're streaming next. Let's do that.
I stream Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. EST to noon. 2 hours, Tuesday to Friday. You can catch me every day.
Got you, man. All right, brother. Blessings to you. I'll catch you soon. Mahalo.
Later. Brother. Thank you.
Okay. Aloha. Once again, shout out to our brother DJ LittleFever, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother. We're gonna continue on, and I'm gonna just bring this man on. So Big John was actually on Wisdom Wednesday once before when he was with D1 Drew. I mean, they're still together, they're still homies, but I wanted to have D1 Drew separately just by himself, even though it was his third time, and then bring Big John on by himself because I want to talk about his journey and just have John by himself. And if you guys know his journey, you know that he has released a tremendous amount of weight, and I want to, because in the I'm always in like the perception of service. I want to let John know I found it, so I took it. So you're welcome, John. And he's still got his sexy voice. So Chatahana, help me welcome Big John. What up?
What's
What's
up, man? How you
what's
doing,
crack?
brother?
See, every time I hear, I just want to talk like this, man.
Come
Yo,
on, man.
what up? Come on, man. Come on,
There it
man.
is, man.
What's up, John?
Not much, bro. Thanks for having me here, man. I appreciate you.
No, thank you, man.
Yeah.
So, kind of a lot has changed.
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So since the last time that we chatted, but before we do that, bro, let me step back, give you a chance to kind of shout out the chat room and say aloha to everybody. It's your turn, brother. Are you?
All right, I want to say what's up to Mrs. D1 Drew, Madame D1 Drew, AJB411, how you doing? DJ LittleFever, Nancy Nakamura, Team No Carrots is in the house. The King Seasig is here, Chef Big Mike. Also Michelle 805, how you doing? DJ Nino Yellow, I see you. I know my wife was here earlier. Dang Gina. My cousin Angie B's in the house. How you guys doing? Who else is here? That's it. Michelle 805 again. D1 Drew, my brother's there, man. The guy running for partner. Man, make sure you follow DJ D1 Drew. Renuco, my brother. Outa Kind, how's it? Sister Kim Vin is in the house. Of course, DJ Crisco, this is for you. Got you, brother. The special wank. DJ Mel SF in the house. How you doing, man? All right.
All right,
that
man.
was good,
So, yeah. So like the last time we chatted, right? So the reason why he's only like a quarter of the screen because the other, the rest is gone. So like we don't know what to do with the rest. So we kind of just put a background in there. So
Come on, man.
so share with us your journey. Like I remember the last time you were on Wisdom Wednesday, and then of course we see each other in the Twitch streets. But at what point did you start did something happen, or it was just more of a shifted mindset saying, hey, you know what, I think it's time for me to be healthy?
Yeah, actually.
What was it for you, bro? Yeah.
Everybody talks about Twitch being a blessing, and it is, and it still is to me. But one thing that Twitch did to me, man, it got me drinking heavily on the stream. So, you've been in our earlier shows with D1 Drew with double shot Thursday,
Yep.
double trouble Saturday, double everything, double shot this. So,
Yes.
I mean, I'd be on the first 2 hours, Drew would be on the next 2 hours, and I tell you, man, we only did this twice a week, but I was drinking 1.5 liters of hard
Wow.
liquor a week.
Wow.
So that means I was finishing a bottle per day that I'd streamed.
Mm.
So 3 months before I started my weight loss journey, there was about 3 episodes where I woke up in the middle of the night and I had massive chest pains, man, where I had to get up out of bed. I mean, it hurt from my chest all the way to my back. But, when you get up, I mean, I never saw the doctor until after I lost the weight. But, the things that would go through my mind was, should I wake up my wife?
Yeah.
This is only heartburn. And then what if I pass out? What if the kids try to revive me or try to carry me and they can't because I'm heavy? What memory am I going to leave my wife and kids if I die in their hands because they couldn't do it?
Yeah.
So, and you know what? And even before I found this, I didn't know what to do. But there was this guy on Facebook that would always pop up on my Facebook feed in the NorCal Kababayan group, a food group for all reasons, that he would show his weight progress, man. This dude, every time he'd pop up, man, he was losing weight. And I remember praying on this, man, and you always talk about believing in a higher being, man. I prayed on this because I really didn't know. I didn't know how to do it. And so when I kept seeing this guy, I said, is this it? Am I supposed to listen to this? Am I supposed to listen? Am I supposed to reach out to this guy? And one day I said, you know what? All right, God, I'm going to do it.
Nice.
Like you keep showing me this guy. Maybe this is the one. And the guy came at me with a sales pitch, and I tore him a new one, man. I did. I said, how do you promote that you're going to help people, but you're coming at me with a sales pitch? I said, I tell you what, email me all the information, and I'll read it. That way, when we speak live, you're going to give me a chance to have some rebuttal questions if I have it. So you're not going to trap me on the phone like that, because you can't do with a salesman like that. I know how to sell.
Yeah.
So he did, to his credit, and I tried it, man. August 2nd, 2021
Nice.
is the day I began this journey, man.
Yeah.
So, and it's been a blessing.
What's the total amount of weight that you've released so far?
I actually had gained some back because I was starting to look. I didn't like the way I was looking.
Yeah.
I lost a total of 104 pounds.
Nice.
So right now I'm at about 96 to 100. So I got like a 4 pound between 100 to 96 pounds. This is where I'm at.
Okay.
And I feel good where I'm at. Like I said, I went to go see the doctor. My blood work is excellent. I used to be pre-diabetic. I am no longer pre-diabetic.
Nice.
I'm working on lowering my dosage for my blood pressure meds.
Nice.
I'm hopefully going to get off of my CPAP machine.
Nice.
Yeah, and the thing, before I started this too, a couple of people were the ones that believed in me. D1 Drew and my wife, Dang Gina.
Yeah.
I remember before I started, I bought some shirts. I was so pissed they didn't fit. And then Drew and my wife says, don't return it. You're going to fit into that. And you know what? I still don't fit it, bro, because it's now become too big.
Too large. Yeah.
Too big.
Yeah.
I still have it. So my first few pictures, you see me wear that same shirt that says hustling.
Yep.
That was the shirt that I bought, and you saw my progress if you follow me on Instagram.
Correct.
It was that same shirt. And so
I know which program you were on because I was on the same program too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But if you don't mind sharing it with everybody.
Absolutely. It's a company called Optavia.
Yeah.
I've now become a coach in it. I have about 20 people that I'm helping, that I, help with this journey. It's the 5-in-1 plan. It's a lot.
Wait, sorry. I got to stop. Read Nuko, man. Read. I highlighted it for you.
What'd he say?
Even your emote lost weight.
Yeah, it did. He's not lying, bro. My emote lost weight, bro. Even the microphone lost weight. If you look at it, the difference, bro. Renuko, that's my dude right there, though.
Shout out to DJ Stress TV. Come on, man.
Come on,
man.
DJ Stress, my man right there. One day I'll have hair so I can use all that aerosol like he does,
bro. You know what? Yeah, that's all that's missing in your whole completeness. You got hair,
dude.
but you got to have Stress TV hair. It has to be perfect, man.
Dude, I can't.
And then you can join the ranks of Stress and DJ Shaolim.
Yeah,
and the two of you will complete that sexy mofo. You'll be the sexy mofo.
My hairline don't cooperate. No, my moonroof is almost open, bro. I can't grow hair anymore.
Bald is beautiful, man. Hairline. Bald is beautiful.
Yeah, exactly, man. The clean look. Oh, man.
Sorry, go ahead, man. I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
Yeah, so Optavia is the 5-in-1 plan. You give up a lot. You can't have any carbs, no sweets, not even any fruits, no alcohol. You just eat lean and green. They kind of give you a list of things that you can eat, and that's it. But, this is only temporary until you get your ideal weight. Then you slowly introduce, because fruits are important and healthy grains. But you just pretty much got to hit the reset button.
Yeah.
And I'm at that stage now where I'm trying to reintroduce everything. There's things that I used to eat that I want to, and I do, but my body won't let me anymore. Because, like, too much sweets my body will react different. It won't let me anymore. A lot of fats, my body will react different. So I just continue eating lean and green that I've, and of all things, man, sometimes I look for salad. Damn it. I like want to eat salad.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But it's but yeah, I mean it's crazy too because your body will respond differently than like how it
Right.
was before, right? So like
Yeah. Yeah.
your the the insulin levels like it doesn't spike up because you've eliminated the sugar,
Right.
but even if you've like had a little bit of that, then it's like too sweet, right? You're
Right.
like what I used to crave and it was nothing, like I can totally taste the difference of what it is
Right.
now. Yeah.
Right. Well,
So
even the like all the Filipino food and
yeah.
just getting rid of all that sodium.
Yeah.
Like I tell people I had to wear compression socks all day just because this. I mean, I didn't even have cankles, bro. I had nankles. It swelled from the
Wow.
knee down, and like I
Dang.
had a leg and toes sticking out. That's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? But but now it's gone. My lower extremities don't swell anymore.
Yeah. Renuko's on it tonight. Man.
Dude, that's been the ongoing thing every stream, bro. Like him and Drew, man, said I could take a bath in the sink and stuff, man. I could run around in the sink and take a bath and stuff. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Dope, man. Dope.
Yeah.
You're still doing events though. You're out in MC. You're doing in real live events now. Things are opening up.
Yes, I do a lot of emceeing for a lot of Tahitian dance competitions out here.
Yeah.
Thank you to my brother Roy Lamella, who paved the way for me, and he kind of introduced me into that world. And now, a lot of these halaus and a lot of dance school for Tahitian dance has gotten me to MC a lot of their events, and so I'm thankful. They're slowly coming back. Some of them are still hesitant. I have a couple of virtual ones that I'll be emceeing. I kind of like the virtual ones because it goes faster. Everything's pre-recorded.
Yeah.
And, when
Nice.
you're live, bro, you got to wait for these Tahitian judges, bro. Some of them are old. They take the shishi break, bro. They like you say,
Oh,
5
man.
minutes. They take them
Yep.
half hour.
Oh well, that's because they'll pee for 5 minutes and then on their way back they talk to everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. All the kind, bro. It's not the middle extremity. It's the two lateral ones. The middle extremity swells pretty quick now, man. Shit. This guy. It's not my left knee. It's not my right knee. It's my wee knee. It's still good.
He's weenie, and
It's
that's
still
not
good.
and it's not anything pani.
That's right. Oh man. Yeah. So IRL gigs doing again. So I'm thankful. It's fun. It's fun. But that's one of the things too. When when I MC, I get to joke around. And when I was bigger, that was one of my releases to just
Yeah.
make fun of myself and laugh.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what people don't know is when the worst part for me after each event
Yeah.
is the week after.
Mm.
Because I see all these pictures posted of me from the event,
Yeah.
and I get depressed on how
Yeah.
big I let myself be.
Yeah.
And it used to depress me. And I used to I won't look at Facebook for like a week or Instagram. People would tag me on pictures, and I wouldn't look because it was depressing. And when I see, he's like, damn, how'd to take that angle? Sheesh.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, let me know when you're going to take a picture.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But now, hey, click it, take a pic, post it, whatever you got to do, man.
Yeah. Nice. So, as you go on through this journey, I'm trying to frame this in a way where I want to lead it to where I want it to be very purposeful. For some people, it's easy for them to release weight. For others, it's a challenge. How was that journey for you? Highs, lows? How was it for you?
Yeah, it's tough. There's so many temptations.
Yeah.
There's so many temptations. The mental battle, it was a tough thing for me. Controlling and saying no to certain things, but what made it easy is because of that health scare, and I didn't want to leave that memory. I didn't want to go. If I was gonna clock out, I didn't want my wife and kids to say, Dad didn't even care enough to get healthy for us.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I never wanted to leave that. If anything, I mean, I can walk out and it could be the end of me tomorrow, right? I mean,
Yeah.
but at least my kids say, you know what, Dad really tried to be healthy. It's just unfortunate that whatever, right? I just didn't want to leave that. And actually, after I've had those thoughts and after I started losing weight, I actually shared this with my kids and they cried.
Mm.
And I told them, I said, unless you are the one that really planned it, if I ever die, it'll never be your fault.
Mm.
Do not ever blame yourself for anything that happens to me. So I told him that.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah. So and my kids don't like talking about that stuff, but I tell them, I'm open with them.
Yeah.
I say, that's inevitable, man. It's gonna happen one day, and I don't want to say it when it's too late. I'm telling you, I will always love you. If Dad clocks out tomorrow, it's never ever your fault.
Yeah. Would it be safe to say that your journey of releasing weight was also a journey of healing?
Yes, it was.
How so?
Because before I did this, man, I was accepting being big. It was like you're almost accepting defeat.
Yeah.
Even going through it, man. It's just the mind is a crazy thing, bro. Like I would always question myself, man, and the fact that I had success in it, bro, is just done so much for me. I don't know if you ever know my history of addiction. I've given up drugs. I've given up cigarettes.
Mm.
And now I have lost this weight. I mean, it's almost like, all right, man, when my mind is on it, man, I can do whatever.
Yeah.
I can do whatever. I was addicted to ice for 2.5 years, bro, and I stopped cold turkey. I smoked cigarettes for years on years, man, and I quit. And now here I am doing this.
Yeah.
Renuco, no, not yet, brother. We were just at a meetup, bro. I didn't give up any food, bro. Love that guy, though, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, DJ Drew, DJ D23 from the BFF DJs in the house.
Yes.
What's up, man?
Yes.
Thank you.
Drew in the house. And so the reason why I asked about healing, because there was a quote that, like, it reminded me of a quote, and the quote went something like this: heal at your own pace. The right people will celebrate your recovery.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
My wife, speaking of celebration, my wife joined me on this journey 2 months in it.
Yeah. Nice.
She saw the success that I had. She said, sheesh, I need to get on that.
Well, it's and that's always like the case, right? Because it's always when you and that's why I've learned to be very careful of what I share, especially if it's something that's personal.
Right.
And you want to go out and you want to share with you and with people, and sometimes the people that are closest to you can be the one that will discourage you the most because of the emotional attachment you have behind them, right? Because, talk is cheap. We hear that all the time. And then they see some results and they're like, hey, wait a second.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Like, come on, man. What is the secret? What's the secret, man? Right. And I've often said, everybody will be there to celebrate you, at the end. But unless you've gone through it, you have no idea what the journey feels like.
Right.
Because it's not easy. It's not easy, right? I know there's times you're like, man, everyone's eating this. Like, I know I cannot eat that. But then I make a choice not to because I know what my end goal is.
Right.
And it's always like, you know what? It's just temporary.
Right.
Just temporary. And I'll hold off and celebrate. Because, even when I was with Optivia, I modified it because I didn't want to be restricted to certain things, which allowed the body to still, I was able to trick my body and still release the weight at the same time. Right. And then you introduce language, right? And I hear this all the time by people saying, oh, today's my cheat day. Well, why would you cheat yourself?
Yeah.
I would always say that to myself. I say, why would you cheat yourself? So
Right.
instead, I actually changed it and I called it a treat day because
Right.
I'd rather treat myself than cheat myself.
Right. Exactly.
Right. And so, like, then people are like, oh, can I use that? I'm like, yeah, of course.
Right.
Call it a treat day because you treat well because you deserve it. That's why.
Right.
Right. Like, I'm not going to cheat myself. I get it. I understand. I know what you're calling it. But for some people, language is everything.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's was something that I needed to as well. Yeah.
Right. Well, I tell my folks is the ones that I'm helping. I said, if you cheat, it was not allowed or is illegal, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm just teaching you how to make healthy choices.
Yeah.
Make a healthy choice.
Yeah.
You can eat whatever you want, but if you want the results, you have to make a healthy choice. Everything's a choice.
Yes. And every choice has its consequences and its benefits. And the way someone changes their habit is when they realize that their consequences outweigh the benefits. That's why
Right.
people change,
Right.
right? Otherwise, they'll continue to do the same thing. The only way that when change happens is when you realize and you be conscious enough to understand that the consequences outweighs the benefits, right?
Correct.
Like,
Right.
I'll keep doing this, but guess what? You're gonna die in 2 years. Holy shit. Okay, let me change this. No, I'm gonna keep doing it, and then I get a heart attack. Oh, guess what? I'm gonna change it now. Because
Yeah.
now the benefits are different,
Right.
right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy because yeah, like I said, I mean, going through that journey with the chest pains and having that thought, what am I going to leave my kids and my wife is made it easy for me. And plus, once I started seeing my own success, it was no longer based on that person that I saw on Facebook. I had my own success now.
Yeah.
Then you're like, there was a time after like a month or two after, I was like, this cannot be this easy. Why didn't I do this before?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You
No,
know,
totally,
so-
totally. So again, so these different quotes are popping into my head, and we, you talk about pain and growth, and one of my favorite. I don't know who said this, but it made so much sense to me. And the quote is, True growth is when you're tired of your own shit."
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm like, holy crap!
Right.
I mean, no pun intended, but like that made so much
Right.
sense to me.
Right. I mean, you won't change unless you're tired of what you're doing, man.
Yeah. Like, holy crap, that makes so much sense. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true, man. I couldn't agree with you more, man.
Yeah.
What is this Renuco say? Oh, he had a chesticle massage. Come on, man. Come on, man. Excuse my brother right there, man.
Yeah. No, I love
Oh,
it.
man.
I love it. Right. So again, the blessing behind this whole release, weight release for you, is that now I could only suspect and imagine, and of course myself included, because I'm part of this group, is that you are helping changing people's lives and their health,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you're also inspiring a whole bunch of people, including myself, watching
Oh.
you. Because when I saw you, I was like, this dude's on Optivia. I know this already. I just never asked. And I just waited.
Yeah.
And then I started to hear the different, right? Because I know they encourage you to kind of share your story. And
Yeah.
I'm like, this dude's on Optivia. I already know. And it's
Yeah.
funny because 2 weeks ago, my Optivia supplier, person that brought me in, she
Yeah.
actually called me like, hey, how are you doing? Like, hey, what's up, T?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? I like, let me hit you up in a couple weeks, man. I think I
Right.
may want to jump back on and kind of reset myself, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, all the different signs are there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. Like I help these people. But then, like people contact me because they see my posts, right?
Yep.
Like I said, you don't know what happens mentally in between posts. So when you tell them what they have to give up and tell them how the program works, not a lot of them will stick to it. It is a lot to give up,
Yep.
But
Yep.
but the thing with me is I don't post with the intention
No.
of showing off or anything like that.
Well,
I
I
don't
mean-
want anybody to wait till they have chest pains like me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
To do
right?
something.
Like, so here's again, I hate to be cliche, but like there's a saying that goes, the reason most people fail is because they give up what they want most for what they
Right.
want now.
Right.
That is
Right.
why. Like they see
Yeah.
what you're like, I want that, and I want to release 25 pounds, but you know what? Hold up, let me eat this piece of chocolate cake first. Right?
Yeah,
Which
it's
is why
true.
it makes so much sense. The reason most people fail is
Yeah.
because they give up what they want most for what they want now.
Right.
They want what you have now. They want the end result, but they don't want to work for that end result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. No,
And then,
that's
then they
true.
realize they're like, it's hard. Oh, this is painful. Right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Well, hard is good. It's good to
Yeah.
have. You know, I could have gone so many ways. Hard is good, but sorry, my
Be
bad.
careful. Renuco's prowling, man.
Renuco's here. That's why Renuco's here. But you know, you talk about pain, and again, right? One of the things that I
Yeah.
learned that pain will leave when it's done teaching you.
Right.
Yeah. So if it's still painful, then perhaps you still got to learn something, right? And even DJ LittleFever said it. Until you take that moment and that conscious decision to simply 2 words, let go.
Right.
Yeah. Then the
Exactly.
miracles will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, you know, I'm thankful for the friends that I surround myself with, man, because they did support me. Especially when I went through this, man. I went through the football season, and you know, I'm a big tailgater, big Niner
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ, man, when I went in there, and then I told them I don't drink. I think everybody in that tailgate was
Yeah,
thought
like,
I had I had a terminal illness, and they go,
Yeah, yeah.
"What?
Hey,
What
you
happened
sick,
to you,
man? You sick?
Yeah, it's like, damn, dude, have I let myself become the tailgate drunk here, man? You know what I mean? But you know, what I did is I packed my greens before I went to the tailgate, and I knew there was going to be some kind of protein being grilled there, bro.
Yep. There you go.
And you know, and even after a few games in, man, my friends we brought salad for you. Hey, bro, I made some cauliflower rice.
Yeah.
I made
Yeah.
this. Hey, I made this chicken breast specially for you. And like, man, it's just the support. You know, people would ask me, "Is it cool if we drink?" I said, "Drink away, bro. I'm good,
Yeah.
man."
I think once
You know.
they realize, like, right, your level of commitment and how serious you are, then they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you know what, man, let's support this guy.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Right.
Let's support
Yeah.
our homie.
So I'm thankful for that. So thankful to my boys that down at the one tailgate crew, Levi Stadium, man. Thank you guys. I got through it with them, you know. So, sheesh.
Crazy. So, what would your advice be for maybe perhaps someone that wants to decide to, okay, you know what, I want to start on my own weight loss journey? Like, what would your advice be for a person like that? And then what would your advice be for someone who's in the middle and is on that weight loss journey and maybe perhaps have probably hit like their threshold or hit a stumbling block and it's like, okay, where do I go from here?
Well, I tell people, man, the first and foremost, before you start any journey, you got to make sure you're ready here, mentally, number one, because this is going to control how far you're going to get.
Yeah.
And I have a few that hit like a plateau, if I may say, but
Yeah. Yeah.
But I tell them, well, how do you feel? How do you feel about yourself? Have you measured your body? Are you losing, inches around your waist, stuff like that? How is your clothes fitting? And it like you guys said, it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
It's you didn't get this big overnight, so you're
That's
not
right.
going to remove it overnight.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a slow process.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, don't gauge your own success based on me.
Yeah. Based on others, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
based on others or based on what you see. Do your thing, man, and it's all about how do you feel about yourself as you're going through this.
Yeah.
Don't worry about anybody else. It's just how do you feel, and just stick to it.
Okay, wait. So hold that thought.
Yeah.
Right? It says, don't worry about anybody else. Watch this clip. Watch this clip,
All
and
right.
we'll get back to this. Check this out. Watch
Yeah.
this. Out of the mouth of babes.
You want me to help, Rose?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
What do you want me to do?
What about yourself? What about yourself? I'll do this one, so gonna do that. You drive. What about yourself? Go drive.
Exactly.
Worry about yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's funny.
Right?
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Your mind is gonna take you where this is gonna go, man. And like I said, there's a lot of temptations out there. And when I was before I started this journey, a lot of it I would blame. Oh, it's because I'm Filipino. It's the food
Yeah.
I eat.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
it's because of this and this and that. Okay, when you were a kid, when you were being fed these things, maybe you didn't have choices. But when you got grown, you knew what bad and good food was, but you still put it in your mouth. So when you get unhealthy, it's really hard to blame it on culture at that point.
Whose fault is that?
It's your own ass fault.
Right. Again, so I'm throwing out all these different quotes because they're all coming to me, right? And then one of the quotes, it's very short and it says, "We manifest the stories we tell ourselves."
Right.
Yeah. Right. It's
Exactly.
that self-talk. It's that self-talk. Like,
Right.
yeah. Oh, you know why? Because I'm Asian. I'm Filipino. Oh, because I'm Polynesian. I'm supposed to
Right.
be big.
Right. Right. Well, yeah, clutch. Blame it on Lola. I was raised by Lola right there, man. With that government cheese, man.
Yes, sir.
We're
Standing
all
in
well-
line. Standing in
Bro.
line for that government cheese,
But
dog.
dude, yeah, like you said, growing up, we weren't rich, man. And I remember I used to stand in line for them food stamps. Remember, we used to be actual looking like play money and
Yes, man.
and that government cheese in that brown box, bro. Right?
I thought, I always thought like growing up, again, my entire education from elementary to middle school to high school, lunch was free for me.
Right. Right.
It wasn't until after when I got married and then I had my own kids where I didn't realize I made so much. My son had to pay for lunch. And I
Yeah.
remember one of my favorite stories, my oldest son, I think he was 8 years old, and he's in school and he's with his friend. And his friend receives free lunch, but he has to pay for lunch. And so his friend turns to my son Noah and he goes, "Noah, what does your dad do?" He goes, "Well, I mean, my dad works several jobs." He goes, "Oh, how come you have to pay for lunch?" He goes, "Oh, I don't know, because my dad says." And then the boy says this, "Well, I have free lunch." "Wow, Noah, your dad is junk, yeah?" And then Noah and so Noah's telling me the story. And
Yeah.
he's 8 years old while he's telling me the story. And he
Right.
goes, "Dad, I just didn't have the heart to tell him why."
Sheesh. That's funny.
You know?
Oh man.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
hey,
man.
it is what it is, right?
Yeah. No, it's been a tough journey, man. Like I said, just thank you to everybody that supported me. My wife in particular, my kids, and my close circle of friends, man. They know who they are,
Yeah.
And I thank them every day.
Nice. So the advice is be ready mentally, right? Be
Yeah.
prepared. Like just when you make that conscious decision, like, okay, right? Because I hear this all the time. Find your why,
Right.
right? Well, here's why. I don't want to be dead at 52. Here's why. I don't
Right.
want to have a heart attack like my auntie, my uncle, my parents,
Right.
my brother, my sister, and so and so. That is why,
Right.
right? So, oh yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I tell people before they even start day one, make a video of yourself and be honest with yourself. Why did you call me? And why did you ask me for this help? What made you make that call? And be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And because when you're going to go through these tough patches, I'm going to refer you back to your whys. And I'm going to ask you, what happened? Why are you giving up on that? Let me know. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what I've done. It's been a blessing for me. I can't thank that guy enough. His name is Dave.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's listening. And true story on my coach Dave, man. Him and his wife both did this journey. They were both overweight. Like me, he's lost over 100 pounds.
Yeah.
They're in their 40s and never thought they were trying so many years to have a kid. Now that they dropped their weight, their son, their first kid, was born yesterday.
Wow.
So blessing to them. Coach Dave, if
Nice.
you're listening, man, congratulations, man. All the blessing to you, man.
Oh man, blessings to him and his family. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's awesome. So speaking of moving forward, what's the future for Big John?
Just
Right.
continuing to maintain this weight, man.
So and you're coaching. You said
Yeah.
you have about 20 people under you.
Yeah, 20 people.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's why to all the DJs here that I don't get the chance to support, I'm constantly calling people at night.
Yeah.
People are texting me, asking me for advice. So sometimes I can't get on the stream.
Yeah.
But I try, But yeah, no, they call me all the time. Some of them are more demanding than others. Some of them get concerned. You know how it is. You went through the journey. Your
Well, I mean,
mind-
of course, right? You have the naysayers and you have
Yeah.
those like, oh, I tried this, I tried that.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Right.
awesome. I'm just sharing you my experience. This is what it did
Right.
for me. That's
Right.
all I can share with you. This is what it did for me. It's totally up to you. What do you got to lose except for weight?
right.
Ooh, bro, use that, man.
Right. I mean,
Right?
you're already invested in it, right? I mean, and it's a mindset. It's
It
a
is.
mindset.
It really is. Yeah, yeah. It's the shifting of a mindset to understand where, on what your goal is and what is your end result. As I think it was the DJ X was asking. I think he was down 25 pounds since March, and he was asking how much you released. So I know you started in August of last year, and
Yeah.
to date you lost 104 pounds.
Yeah,
But-
at the most.
you're-
So
yeah,
I started about 340 pounds.
Yeah.
In August 2nd.
Yeah.
And now I'm at about 243.
Nice, dope, man, awesome.
So I did go down to about 236, 234.
Nice,
But I just didn't like the way I feel at that point. So I stay around the 240 range.
nice. So you'll continue, of course. Obviously, you're gonna continue on with this program. You're a big advocate because it's worked for you. Here's my experience. Every diet works because it's designed for all kinds of people. So just because one diet doesn't work for you doesn't mean it doesn't work for the next person. You just got to
Right.
find something that fits you.
Right.
Right? There's diets
Yeah.
for everybody, but at some point they're all similar, packaged a little bit differently. But I again, find something that works for you, and
Yeah.
if it does, go for it.
Right.
For you, it's Optivia,
Right.
and then right, and if you think people, if they can commit to it and see how it works, right? And I've often heard, and I've said this many times, because when people start to eat healthy, one of the biggest complaints I hear is healthy food is so expensive. And my response to that every time is, well, you'll either pay in the front end or you'll pay in the back end.
Right. Right.
At some point, you're going to pay.
Yeah.
You
is.
choose. I'd rather pay in the front end.
Right. And eating healthy is expensive if you let somebody else prepare it for you.
Yep. So true. Right? Because one of the biggest challenges is when you prepare your own meals, it takes a while. You got the
Yeah.
meal prep and cutting and all of that. It takes time.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. It just takes time, right? So
Yeah.
you're going to have to sacrifice something.
Yeah. And my wife and I are both on this program, and you know the cost of it. And
Yes, sir. Yeah.
But my wife and I are saving more now on groceries than what we did before we started the program, because
Yeah.
now we're only buying food for the kids who don't eat that much.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's an example. I can have a lean and green meal. I could get a bag of spinach. I weigh that out for 120 grams. And then I get a rotisserie chicken from Costco that's $7. You peel the skin. 7 ounces of chicken breast. About 6 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. And that one rotisserie chicken from Costco, that's about 2 to 3 days worth of meals for me.
Nice.
$7, man.
Who would have thought?
You know,
Yeah.
you
Who
know
would have
what I mean?
thought?
So yeah, but it is. It's but like I said, people, the main thing for me though, whether you do Optavia or whatever program you had, the key thing that worked for me, especially with my blood sugar, is eat regularly and timely small meals. Because I think if you have a high carb diet, you have a high sugar diet. If you don't eat timely, your body's storing it, because it doesn't know when you're going to feed it again, and it doesn't know
Yeah.
what your activity level is going to be.
Well, then it goes into survival mode.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're eating regularly on time, is always going to keep burning it because he knows you're going to feed it.
Yeah.
So whatever program you do, just that's the key thing for me. And just
Yeah.
eat lean and green. Stay away from some of the carbs. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So, brother, favorite quote, any words to live by, or any even advice you want to share, whether it's on your journey or just about life, what would it be for you?
Yeah, just for those that's on the fence about losing weight, and said, don't be like me and wait till something drastic like that happens. Like you said, spend it on the front end, then spend it on the back end. For people on here that's on the fence and you have kids, think about leaving what you're gonna do. How are those kids gonna survive without you? How's your spouse gonna survive without you?
Mm-hmm.
Are you prepared for them to survive without you? And one of the things that, like I told you, part of this journey, before I started, I often blamed myself or even accepted defeat, right? It was easier to just accept being big. But after a while, I kind of, this quote kind of dawned on me, and I use it a lot. It says, never blame someone else for the road you're on. That's your own asphalt.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
I love that, man.
And then the other one,
I love that.
of course, I'm a God-fearing man. I know I cuss a lot on my show, and forgive me, Lord. I pray every day. But the thing that got me through this is I believed in what I prayed for.
Yeah.
Believe in what you pray for, man. And lastly, the thing the video you played about, people being successful around you and stuff like that. There's a man. I heard this from Steve Harvey, and then when you played that video, it kind of I remembered it again. Be happy when success is in when your success is around your friends.
Yep.
Because that means success is in the neighborhood.
Yes.
So
let me play that for you.
Yeah. I love that.
Sorry. So this clip's kind of really, really loud, so you may want to turn your volume down.
I got you.
Here we go. Check this out.
Never be jealous of what God does for somebody else. What God has for you is for you, and he's never going to deliver your mail to somebody else's house. As a matter of fact, you ought to give God a shout and a praise, because if God blesses your neighbor, it means he's in the neighborhood. And you might say, I might be next.
Amen. And you know why I say that? You've had Drew here several times, and he's openly talked about what his goals are after he gets that purple check mark.
Yeah.
And I believe in it, and I'm so happy.
Yeah.
That success is in our neighborhood, because that guy has created a little community for us, and he's done his little group of guys that he believes in and he knows he's going to succeed, and he's preached to us what his plans are.
Yeah.
And I truly believe in this. So right now I'm calling D1 Drew our HOA president of the neighborhood, man, because so he's gonna start making sure we all succeed. And the thing about D1 Drew that I admire, man.
Yeah.
When the guy says it, it's gonna happen, man.
Yep.
He hasn't proven me wrong yet, man. And so much of respect to my brother D1 Drew.
Yes,
Every success coming to him, man, well deserved, brother.
Yeah. Yes, sir, man. I love it, bro.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
So you want to have people what would your message if they wanted to reach out to you? How do they get in contact with you, bro?
Yeah, just let me know, man. If you guys want to reach out and try the program, get more information about the program, just send me a DM on Instagram. For those that know my cell phone number, you can text me. My email is b1ggjohn.mc@gmail.com. So just let me know. I mean, I'll be more than glad to help you. No obligation. Just if you want to just talk, just see how it is. I have no problem sharing the journey. Like I said, don't let those chest pains happen. Don't wait till something drastic happens. And just going back, 2 days ago, I buried my second friend in 6 months. We're in the same age, man. And, you know, every time, man, I sit there, there's somebody my age sitting there in the casket, bro. It hits you different, man.
Yeah.
It really hits you different. You know,
serious, man. Serious.
I mean, anybody in a casket hits different. But when someone's in your age group, someone you grew up with, and is sitting there, it's tough, man. It took me a couple of days to recover, bro. I'm just good now. But for a couple of days, I was, and even for weeks leading to it, man, it just broke me, man. It's disheartening, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, life is short, bro. We just got to cherish every moment, right?
You know, and like they say, right, it's never promised.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow's never promised, man.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's funny you say that because my uncle, we just had his funeral last week, I think.
Yeah.
And he died in his sleep.
Oh.
You know, and I was listening to what my auntie was saying and just sharing all the different signs and symptoms. He died because he had a heart attack. You know, he was 73 years young.
Wow.
You know, I just one of those things, man. Like you never know.
Yeah.
Sit there and just like, holy smokes, like just super crazy. Oh my gosh, we're on a hype train. Sorry.
Oh man, hype train going. Shit. So we got to keep going, man.
You know, if it goes, it goes. It doesn't, man. You know, my moms know how I feel about hype trains. You know, I appreciate it. And I said this when DJ LittleFever was on. Like, you guys know how much I appreciate the bits of aloha and the gifted sub. Remark with the 500 diamonds. Michelle with the 1,000 hearts.
Wow.
I mean, you guys just Alpha, my brother. Tom Nut, Alpha Music. So good to see you, bro. Thank you for the 300 diamonds. I appreciate that so much. Nancy with the 200 hearts. Oh my gosh. Princess Leona with the 200 hearts. Nancy with the 200 more hearts.
Wow. All this
You guys
aloha,
are-
bro.
Yeah, I mean, you know, these guys, you guys know how I feel about it. Just appreciate the love and aloha. But more importantly, again, the whole premise behind Wisdom Wednesday, right, is to bring guests on, talk about their journey, whether you're a DJ or not, right? Like, I just want to talk, like, just hear people. Everyone has a story,
Right.
and I want to hear their story.
Yeah.
And some people tell me like, my story's not that great. I was like, nah, sometimes it's not about just you sharing your story. Because someone out there in the chat room will say to themselves, man, I thought I didn't have anything to share, and I'm listening to this person. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, just crazy. What the heck? Nancy with the 300, Michelle with the 5-foot sub.
Wow.
Michelle, thank you. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Michelle. Stop it, you guys. You and Nancy, stop it.
But yeah, if I told you my life story, it
Yeah.
would still be going for a week, man.
But that's the thing, you know. I love
Yeah,
hearing people's stories and their journeys.
Yeah.
You know, I love to hear like the things that happen, the peaks and valleys of joys. Because how are you going to experience joy without sadness? How are you going to experience right?
Yeah.
You know, winning from losing. You need that. Renuko, man, bro. Thank you for the 5-foot sub, man. Thank you so much for that.
Wow.
It's crazy, bro.
Wow.
I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. Right. But just the community that we've created together. Like that dude LittleFever, like I didn't know who he was. Like I saw him from somebody's channel. I started lurking, and then DJ X, who created this group where there's a whole bunch of these guys all get together. I mean, male and female DJs, and they're all working on how to create their, you know, be better Twitch, you know, streamers and just all of those things, you know. Just what the heck?
Wow, bro.
Rennie D, what you? Oh man,
10
come
pack
on,
from Rennie
man.
D.
The 10-foot sub Rennie D,
Right.
man.
10
Thank
packs
you
of
so
show
much,
power, man.
Yeah, thank you for that 10-foot sub, man. Like
Wow.
mad love.
Wow.
Rennie
D1
D,
True
man.
with
the-
a 5-piece
the-
chicken nuggets with barbecue sauce.
What? Drew, what the hell?
D1, man.
True,
Future
man.
partner right there.
Oh
Partner.
man, yeah. Thank you, D1 Drew with the 5-foot sub. Thank you, sir.
My
And then the
goodness.
gifted sub to Bumsky. Bumsky, how are you? Good to see you. Oh
Wow.
my gosh,
293%.
that's crazy. You guys,
Level
stop.
5,
Like
bro.
seriously, like stop. Like seriously, I appreciate you guys so
You know,
much.
bro,
Love.
the more you say stop, they keep going.
I'm just not gonna say anything. You know how you
Yeah.
end this. I have an idea. This is how
All right.
freaking DJ Rap 50, man.
Oh, right. 50 with a 5-piece of Shomai. My goodness.
Rap 50 party.
Wow.
Salamat po. Mahal kita Rap 50. Oh my gosh, man.
Got a brand new 5-piece subscription.
Jeez. Thank you. If you guys got to receive the gifted stuff from one of these beautiful humans, please thank them. Shout out to the boss lady, Dang Gina's in the chat room.
Oh, my lovely wife, Dang Gina. How you doing, baby?
Dang.
The queen of the castle. She's
So-
my angel.
So wait a second. You guys coming to Hawaii for the meetup, bro, in July?
We're,
I hope
we're
you
trying,
can make it.
bruh. We're
I know.
trying. It's
I know.
actually that week falls into my daughter's 23rd birthday.
Oh no! Well, then bring her.
Yeah, but she's-
So
that's a
easy
lot
to
of-
say, right? So easy to say.
You know. Well, we could always fly to Hawaii because my wife works for
Right.
Southwest.
She's at Southwest.
It's finding
and
a
now
place.
that now that you've released all this weight, like you can buy one seat and the two of you can sit together.
Brother, if it was just me, bro, I would sleep under the Duke statue, bro.
No man, it was just you. I'll have you sleep over at our property.
Yeah. No, it was just like, we're just trying to find a place. It's hotels and even Airbnbs are expensive in Hawaii.
Bro,
dude, during that time,
bro, it's ridiculously
Yeah.
expensive. I wish there was a magic wand that I could
Right.
help everybody out. And I'm looking at the prices and I'm like,
Yeah.
dang it, man.
Yeah, we're
Like,
we're,
just-
we're trying, but we're probably not gonna make it, bro.
No worries.
If we do, it'll be another time. We wanted to, man. I was circling that week in our calendar, man, but we'll see.
You know, if
We'll
it
see.
happens, if it happens.
I'll shock
And
you,
if
man.
and if it doesn't, it's simply God saying, not yet, man. Not yet.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when. I'll let you
You
know.
feel me? Yeah, man.
I'll let you know when, man.
Sheesh.
What the hell? Disco B
the
with the gifted sub.
Oh, Disco
So-
B. Hey, you fuck. Hey, brother. Thank you. Mahalo for the shirt, bro. I thank you so
Disco
much,
B
man.
with the gifted sub to our sister Sharia Moore. Thank you so much. D1 Drew. Oh man, with the resub, happy 12 months, man.
Wow.
Happy 12 months, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, bro.
427% level
What the
5,
heck?
brother. That's a lot of aloha, man.
I know, man. I was gonna say here's how we kill it. We
Okay.
do this. we do this. That's how you kill it. You raid out.
Shit. All right. He's giving me the hook.
We raid out, and we're gonna go to Ronnie D. We're gonna support
Oh,
that brother.
man.
You were in
Yeah,
his
bro.
channel earlier today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We raided with D1 Drew. We brought the
There you
monster
go.
raid.
Okay,
in, man.
Sharia Moore. That's where I saw you. Was in
Yeah.
Ronnie D's channel.
Yeah.
So here's a little fun fact about Ronnie D. He's actually from Hawaii. He actually he went to one of the schools here. Actually, it's just literally the next city over from where I am. Yeah, he jumped back on. Remark. He just jumped back on just a little while. So yeah, shout out to Remark, DJ Crisco, mahalo for the raid, my brother. Again, Big John, I love you, man. I wish you only the best. And just like LittleFever, I wish you all the great challenges that come before you because it's going to make you better. It'll make you
Thank you,
stronger.
brother.
It'll take you
Mahalo,
to that
man.
level that you deserve. You don't get what you want, you get what you deserve.
Yeah. Thank you very much, man. Big
so
mahalo
I-
to you for giving me
I
the
love you,
platform.
man, and I can't wait to soon one day to to give you a hug, to give Gina a hug, and hopefully that day will come soon. But the rest of you guys, I love all of you. Mahalo for being on Wisdom Wednesday, DJ LittleFever, my brother Big John. I'll see you guys. I don't know when I see you. I love you guys. Thank you.
Aloha.
Aloha. Perfect. We just rated out, and let me end this
Yes, sir.
broadcast.
Brother, that's